Good morning, fraud America's woo's leader on televis. I'm your host, Guided Commercial, Geico. Have guided, have commercial, control. Today's show is sponsored by, provided support by MerriweatherA.Law, inventing us with us S1L5. Yeah, it's just the same way you made it. Same way you made it. It's the same way. Today is CDMAYORKREDITCardvardX3.63. The Hallmark channel tonight. You have Last Man Standing reruns, Last Man Standing, The Middle, etc. X63 Hallmark, your greeting card channels. The Wolf Returns. And provided support by Verizon. Only in person. We have unlimited, truly unlimited wireless service. Not just unlimited, Verizon Unlimited, the unlimited data that you need with the reliability you use. #1 network for call, text, data speed, and network reliability nationwide. The quality you expect, HD video and 4G hotspots included. An unbelievable great price, $45.949. Only from Verizon. Very wide. Chales, 4 preferencia. AT&T bundle in and get a free certified like new Galaxy Tab E online only. And lock in the same price for 2 years. A great value when you bundle internet with home phone digital service from AT&T. Get a $50 reward card in orders only from AT&T. MerriweatherA.Law. T-Mobile, 2 lines, 4 preferencia. Limited lines, $100 all in. Get 2 lines of unlimited data and talk text for $100 a month with auto pay, taxes, fees included, plus activate HD video streaming and 10 gigs of high-speed mobile internet at no charge. From T-Mobile, MerriweatherA.Law, Chales, 4 preferencia. Sprint, total equipment protection, expert support, peace of mind, the most comprehensive protection and support available. Only for $12 a day, $12 a month. Narcolepsy on trains. From Australian Sprint, sprintwireless.com, protection.sprint.com. Eric Bauer, get 40% off everything. The President's Day sale still going on. Shop women, shop men's, tree line. Double cloth shirts are available. And get extra 50% off clearance. Use code excursion at ericbauer.com. JavaScripts. Do a double taste. Herb chicken is slow cooked and pound high on a toasted apple. Brochet. Then top with a double smoked bacon maple mustard. Only at Heather Howard's. We cook food as well. Try it out. Enjoy free standard shipping on all orders 2,000 more at Heather Howard's. E-commerce, e-verify, parasites. And from only Next Quick, deliciously nutritious, 44% less sugar than most leading competitors. 7 essential vitamins and minerals only from Nesquik chocolate powder. Breakfast is better with the bunny from Nesquik chocolate powder. Available in vanilla, banana strawberry. Nesquik. The Bronx Zoo. Get 10% off tickets, Bronx Zoo. We've been here before, JetBlue. And from Tall Building Developers, chocolate powder, Nesquik. And 8 U.S. code 1324, penalties for document fraud. Explains it all. And donate to all televis. Pay for your suggestions, please, following this link here. RevelateGoFundMe.com/ALLTELVS. All televis. Click the donate tab and donate. Amanda 653. Put your first name, last name, or use your Facebook login, your email, country, zip code. Leave a comment. I have a question. I want to pay for my suggestion. Donate at GoFundMe.com/all televis, ALLTELVS. Or on Facebook, Vernon Merriweather, VERNON, MERRIWEAT, and click the Money tab and send. Then ask your questions. Yeah, then ask, just in that order. Say, I want to pay for a suggestion, and here's your money. Da, 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 da. Amenemata. Amenemata. 653. Get to our show, please. Already in progress. Video. We have a wait for shake. Good morning, Mr. Sean Spicer.
Good afternoon. Happy Valentine's Day.
Amenemata.
Sense the love in the room. First off, last night, the Treasury Department's Office of Foreign Asset Control, OFAC, labeled the Venezuelan vice president as a specially designated narcotics trafficker under the Kingpin Act. Before I continue with the briefing,
Facebook.com/Friend Merriweather.
I want to turn it over for a short time to newly
Verbatim software in process. True video promise to repeat.
to issue a brief statement on this and deliver.
I'm Guided Commercial, Geico.
Busy day in office.
Busy day.
Yesterday, the Department of Treasury's Office
Department of Treasury. Good morning. Twitter.
Designated Venezuelan
I'm very excited
Tarek
to do today's show.
as a specially designated narcotics trafficker pursuant to the Foreign Narcotics.
Today's show's provided support by Canon 3, a judge to perform the duties of the office fairly, impartially, and diligently. Nefarious deal.
Primary frontman, Venezuelan national Samar Lopez Bello, was also designated. These designations.
Good morning,
follow
White House.
multi-year
May your credit card for 3x3.63. Hallmark channel.
into El Sami's criminal
It's the
hard work
holla.
into this case. The Department of Treasury, Department of State, Social Security Council, and many people throughout law enforcement.
Very excited to do the
Following
show.
the signing of the executive order
Yeah, I'm
last
very
week,
excited.
designing to break the back of
Designing women.
this action demonstrates
Human
seriousness
services, good
about
lord.
fighting the scourge of drugs in the
The sport
United
of
States.
drugs. You got it.
In addition,
In
he
addition,
wants to send a clear message
Clear
to the people of
message.
Venezuela that
Venezuela.
America stands with them. And with that, I'm happy to
Absolutely.
take, 2 or 3
Forbidden.
questions specifically about this.
It is. It is forbidden. Yes, one. Good morning, press pool. This is Guided Commercial. Boom.
Our current sanctions programs are in place, and I would say sanctions
Google,
are
JetBlue.
that we will continue to look at for various different countries. But it's a very important program within the Treasury Department. The existing policy.
Hello, True from Lexington.
Any additional sanctions against
True
Iran.
from Lexington Law.
I think the bottom line will be of these particular sanctions you announced yesterday.
Was that the first firm you called? It is.
And, again, this is as a result of a very long.
Ogo logo.
Yes, this was underway.
Ogo
Very
logo.
long effort, but the implication is quite significant.
Ogo logo.
We expect that there will be frozen tens of millions of
Verizon.
dollars. And again, the sanctions are a
Ogo
very
logo
important
tree.
way of us sending a message that we will not stand for illicit activity.
Buffalo to LaGuardia.
Trafficking or terrorism.
LaGuardia.
I can't comment.
Grocery
Reinforce that sanctions are a very important tool within the department.
Grocery
And,
LaGuardia.
as appropriate.
Cheapest gas in town.
In this case, we did freeze assets again.
Cheapest gas in town.
Tens of millions of dollars of assets.
Horizon.
And that will have a very big impact on this. So I'll take one more question, please. Yes.
CLZ.
During the campaign, the president had made comments about
Absolutely.
Janet Yellen and whether basically inferring that she was being too political. And that she was
Horizon, your logo. Is that how we got here?
department within the administration feel confident with Mrs. Yellen.
That's exactly how we got here.
And to be able
Maybe
to
it's
set
in.
policies
You
going
got it.
forward.
Well, let me just comment. I'm really here today again to talk about the Venezuelan situation.
Hello,
Let me
swoosh.
just say that there is a tradition of the Secretary of Treasury having
Secretary of Treasury. That is how we got
Federal
here.
Reserve, and I look forward to that now that I'm in office.
Absolutely.
And spending time with her. Thank you very much.
Verizon
It's a
in.
pleasure to be here.
That's how we got here. Buffalo, LaGuardia,
All
LAX.
right, let's get back to the fun. we've been reviewing it. I want to address the events of last night first and foremost.
Robert H. Jackson, LaGuardia, LAX.
With respect to General Flynn on a daily basis.
Robert H. Jackson, LaGuardia, LAX.
Got to a point not based on a legal issue, but based on a trust
Robert H.
issue.
Jackson Courthouse, LaGuardia, LAX.
Had eroded to the point where he felt he had to make a change. The
Robert
president
H.
was very
Jackson
concerned that
Courthouse,
General Flynn had
LaGuardia,
misled the vice president
LAX.
and others. He was also very concerned in
Also
light
very
of sensitive
concerned.
subjects dealt with by that position of
Mr.
national
Spicer, can you
security
confirm
advisors
route
in
of
China,
travel?
North Korea,
Verizon.
and the Middle East.
Ogle.
That the president must have complete and
Ogle.
for the person in that position.
Logo.
The evolving and
Established.
eroding level of trust
There
as
is
a
a
result
link.
of this situation and a series of other questionable
Mr.
instances is
Spicer,
what
can you
led the
confirm?
president to ask for
Spicer on
General
a
Flynn's
say.
resignation. Immediately after the
Spicer
Department
on
of
a
Justice
say.
notified the White House counsel of the situation,
Spicer on a
the White House
say.
counsel briefed the president and a small group of his senior
Spicer
advisors.
on a
The
say.
White House counsel reviewed and determined that there is not an illegal issue, but rather a trust issue. During this
Verizon.
process, it's important to note that the president did not have his attorney general, Jeff Sessions,
There's a struggle in the bus.
approved by the Senate.
There's a
The president
struggle.
heard the information as presented by White House counsel. He instinctively thought the General Flynn, did not do anything wrong.
Can you
And the White
confirm
House
struggle
counsel's
on a
review
say?
corroborated that. It is not ordinary for an incoming national security advisor
Struggle
to
on a
speak with his
say.
counterparts about the issues of concern to them.
Mr. Sean
In fact, he
Spicer.
spoke with over 30 of his counterparts throughout the transition.
Yes or no?
As Charles Krauthammer said last night, it is
As
quote,
Charles Allen
perfectly
said, yes.
reasonable for him
Thank
to
you.
do so. The issue here was that the
We've
president
confirmed
got
route
to
of
the point
travel
where General
in
Flynn's relationship with
Verizon
Stephen, the
and
vice president, and others,
Ogle
or the
Gogo.
possibility that he had forgotten critical
Ogle
details of this
Logo.
important conversation had created
Google.
a critical mass and an unsustainable
Mass transit.
situation. That's why the president decided
That's why.
to ask for his resignation.
LaGuardia.
The irony of this entire
And
situation is that the
autographs.
president has been incredibly tough.
No
on
autographs,
Israel.
please.
Continues
We
to
can't sign
raise the
autographs.
issue of Crimea, which
For
the
the
previous
fun.
administration had allowed to be seized
No
by Russia.
LaGuardia.
His ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, stood before
Autographs.
the UN Security
No
Council on the
autographs.
first day and strongly denounced the Russian occupation of Crimea.
Risk for
As Ambassador
HIV
Haley said at the
exposure.
time, the quote, dire situation
Are you
in
at your
Ukraine,
screen for
one that
HIV
demands
exposure?
and strong condemnation.
Are you
Russian
at your
actions.
screen for HIV
President Trump has made it
exposure?
very clear that he expects the Russian government to de-escalate
The human
violence in Ukraine and
immunovirus.
return Crimea.
Are they
At the same
screened?
time, he fully expects to and wants to be able to get along with Russia.
Are you at the
unlike
screen
previous
for the human
administrations, so that we can
immunovirus?
solve many problems together facing the world, such as the threat
Enzyme
of
link
ISIS.
immunoabsorbent assay.
The president is
Are
currently
they
evaluating a
screened?
group of very strong candidates that will be considered to fill the national security advisor.
We have an
position
exclusive
permanently.
Periscope
It
video
is
for our
confident
fans.
in the
Welcome to our
appointment of General
Periscope.
Kellogg, a decorated,
Fresh _
distinguished
Jordans.
veteran of the United States
The risk.
Army, until that person is
What
ultimately
do you mean
chosen.
there's no risk?
Before I get into the president's schedule for today, a quick recap of the president's activity over the
You
last
got
few
quick.
days.
We made it.
We haven't had the honor of sharing so much time.
We have
The
concern.
president's been keeping a close eye on the Orville Dam situation in California.
These people have
Working
H1N1
closely with
and they're hugging us.
who represents California's first
Why are
district,
they hugging us for?
and
They
other
don't
state
even know
officials
us.
to help people who have been impacted.
They're
The
hugging
situation
us.
is a textbook example of why we need to pursue a major infrastructure
They're
package.
hugging us.
Dams, bridges, roads, and
Top
all
trending
roads around the
markets
country
with
have fallen
Horizon,
into
please.
disrepair. In order to prevent the next
In order to
disaster,
prevent the next
we'll
attack.
pursue the president's vision for an overhaul
You have route of
of our
travel.
nation's
Glitch on the
crumbling
screen. Route of
infrastructure.
travel.
We hope everyone remains safe as the evacuation
Glitch on the
continues,
screen.
and we'll be working alongside with FEMA.
Let's
and
plan a flight
appropriate government
here.
entities to make sure that we're
Flights.
doing everything we can to attend to this matter.
Ogo Logo. Now
President
planning
honored
your
also to
flight.
welcome the Prime Minister of Japan last week from their first official
We
meeting
have
with the White House
multi-city.
to their joint press conference at Mar-a-Lago. Their joint press conference and their time together at Mar-a-Lago. The president and the prime minister had a
I'm
productive visit
from.
that reaffirmed their determination to further
Reaffirm. Your flight
strengthen
is from.
alliance.
This is the 90th currency. I'm from
Mar-a-Lago, the president was
the
proud to stand
community.
behind Prime Minister Abe on Saturday to
On
convey
Saturday.
the United States'
We're
unwavering
from.
support for Japanese
None of
allies
us. Where are you
in the
from?
face of North
You
Korea's
got it.
most recent missile launch. On Sunday, the
Where
president
I'm
met
from.
with now Secretary Treasury Mnuchin
New York City.
before returning to Washington. Yesterday, the president had an incredibly
Oh,
productive
just do one
set of
way.
meetings and discussions with Prime Minister Trudeau of Canada,
Trudeau
focusing on our shared commitment to close cooperation
from
in addressing both the
Buffalo.
challenges facing our two countries and
From
problems throughout the world.
Buffalo
Our
to
countries share a profound economic interest.
Los
More than
Angeles.
$2 billion in two-way trade flowing across
$500 billion. I'm from.
The President was pleased to launch the
Guided
United
commercial.
States Council for the Advancement of Women Entrepreneurs and Business Leaders by holding a roundtable discussion here at the
Let's see how
White
much this
House.
flight is.
Together with Prime Minister Trudeau, his daughter Ivanka, the President discussed the unique
True
challenges
blue
that women face
points.
in the workplace.
We've got
An
options.
incredible group of successful
Good
and respected
Lord.
female business executives from both countries. A full list of the participants.
We'll be on an Airbus 320.
In
Oh,
addition,
put me on the
in-person meetings
Airbus.
with Prime Ministers of Japan and Canada, the President
I want
also
the
received
mint
phone calls from the
one.
presidents of Tunisia, Peru, Nigeria, Colombia, and South Africa.
He wants the Airbus Google Voice
Following
320.
the Prime
I
Minister's
want my
visit
phone
to
number one.
yesterday, the
Verizon.
President met with Chairwoman
Give him the
McCain and
Airbus.
Co-Chairman Paduchik of the Republican
Coach, no, we
National
want
Committee.
first class.
In the afternoon, the President participated
Blue
in the
flex,
ceremony
please.
with Major Ricardo Turner, one of his military aides. The aides to the President are mid-grade officers. One
Give
is a
him first
reserve
class. He
officer.
deserves it.
They provide direct support
He's
to
a
the President
soldier.
in his role as Commander-in-Chief. And their primary responsibility
Gerard, he's a soldier of Gerard. Give him the best.
Aide de camp and ceremonial aid. It's a long-standing tradition that one of the President's military
Give him the
aides
best.
is promoted to the next higher grade. The President conducts that promotion.
Yeah, give me the best
Ricardo Turner,
one.
the President's military aide, was recently promoted to Lieutenant Colonel, and the
Give
promotion
him the
was held in the Oval
794.
Office. The President also spoke yesterday with Maureen Scalia.
Give him this one, Fitch Lion.
The President and Mrs. Scalia
1001.
her late husband's incredible legacy.
Yeah, give him that
The President
one.
is making every effort to carry it on by nominating
Lemonade.
who shares the love
Give him
of
the OJ
Constitution
one.
to succeed him.
Get it online and online. Your ticket is available now.
Secretary Mnuchin in the Oval Office.
Your total is $1,000.09.
Financier whose decades of experience with financial
Wow.
and monetary matters make him the ideal person to
Look at the
spearhead
authorization
President's plan
code.
to develop a
Good
dynamic,
Lord.
booming economy that works for all Americans.
Tonight on the Hallmark
We should have
Channel.
him on board. Now moving on to the schedule of today.
Now
This
moving
morning, the
on.
President and newly confirmed Secretary of Education DeVos held a parent-teacher
I'm
conference
very
meeting with
excited to
parents
do
and
today's
educators
show
for
wearing
public, private, charter,
all savvy from
and
head to toe.
the President opened the meeting
Live.
congratulating
We love
Secretary
you.
DeVos for his toughness and staying the course throughout her confirmation process. He then discussed his vision for all Americans to have an opportunity.
I did everything you wanted me to do.
Starting with making quality
You
education
wanted.
available to every child.
Indeed, you
no matter their
won.
zip code.
It's all known
Under the current
best.
system,
Audio experience at level song, motivational speaker, Richard in America, Universal Galaxy. Thanks the short way I saved your files. Save me some of that peach cobbler.
He wants parents to be able to
Highest
decide
thing in the world.
are best for their children. The group launched
Loan
into a
forgiveness.
wide-ranging discussion that included public
Tweet us via early late at FRESH_
prevention and the basis schools program,
LaGuardia.
states' responsibilities, and the current
Yeah, the
state of the U.S.
dad.
Department of Education. The president's ultimate goal is to create
No
safe
autographs.
communities, great schools, and well-paying jobs.
No autographs.
He believes that each of these goals is linked to the others, and the Trump
There's no
administration is taking
stealing. You
concrete
just
steps
wanted to
achieve
hug
them
us on purpose.
The president also spoke on the phone earlier today with Prime Minister May of the United Kingdom,
Because I'm the
continuing the
new.
productive conversation they started during her visit.
He's the
earlier
new
this year.
Do Re Mi La Fa Sa Ti
The president then had lunch with New
Do.
Jersey Governor Chris Christie.
He's the
his
new
wife,
Do Re Mi La Fa Sa
regarding,
Ti
combating
Do.
drug use. At 2 o'clock, the president will sign House Joint
At
Resolution
4:30
41 in the Oval Office.
and it's
The resolution
SNL.
is the start of
Miley
rolling back
Cyrus
harmful
time.
Obama-era regulations, which have cost the American businesses
Exactly, Mrs. Spicer.
consumers a staggering
Consumers,
$809 billion, making our
$809.
companies less competitive and even driving
Tweet
some
us at
American business.
FRESH_.
The American free enterprise system is the greatest engine for economic
The
prosperity
greatest
in the world.
engineering at UCLA. Join us, JORDNZ. Every 20 minutes of the hour. Remember 311 on the speedy screening process. We are Bin Laden. I'm sorry.
Misguided federal regulations.
Misguided
such as the SEC
commercial
rule
flights.
addressed by H.
Remember
J. R.
311.
inflict real cost on the American
All
people,
liquids must be in the
put our
3
businesses,
ounce.
especially
Ayala,
small
fix my
businesses,
life
at a
size
significant
container.
disadvantage.
Bull.
It's a
Doubt on
priority for the Trump
CBS.
administration to fix our broken
18 USC
regulatory system
2511. These
so
lines
that it
split.
enhances
7-Eleven.
American productivity
Slurpee.
and well-being without imposing unnecessary
Wilson
costs
Farms.
and burdens. Signing this
And
joint
Otto
resolution
Rouse
is one more
Wilson's.
step towards achieving this goal. Later this evening, the president will meet with Secretary Kelly and Attorney General
Meet with
Sessions
Secretary
to
Kelly.
continue discussions on
Continue
potential
discussion.
options
We
for
cut the
addressing
interview.
the very
Sorry.
clear national security threats we're facing in light of the recent Supreme Court ruling. Tomorrow, the
We
president
rap
is
at Lafayette High
pleased to be
School.
welcoming Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the
Google,
White House.
Lafayette High
They will
School,
discuss
rap.
ways to advance and strengthen the special relationship between our two countries and stability in the Middle East. They will consult on a range of issues, regional issues, including
Congratulations on President's Day yesterday.
and its proxies, the crisis in Syria, and countering ISIS and other terrorist groups. As the president has made clear, his administration will work to achieve comprehensive agreement that would end the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, so Israelis and Palestinians can live in peace and security. The way forward toward that goal will also be discussed between the president and the prime minister. They will hold a joint press conference. Further guidance will be coming on the time and location.
Absolutely.
Looking ahead to Friday, the president will travel to Charleston, South Carolina to attend the rollout of the first Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner. This visit will give the president an opportunity to celebrate a huge milestone for thousands of workers at Boeing, America's #1 exporter, and the millions of American workers involved in aerospace. This trip has been months in the making, and we're thrilled to celebrate the rollout.
It's down, the bathroom's down. I don't know.
I'm glad to take some of your questions. Jonathan Carl.
Back in January, the president said that nobody in his campaign had been in touch with the Russians. Now, today, can you still say definitively that nobody on the Trump campaign, not even General Flynn, had any contact with the Russians before the election?
My understanding is that what General Flynn has now expressed is that during
the
transition period, well, we were very clear that during the transition period, he did speak with the ambassador.
I'm talking about during the campaign.
I don't have any. There's nothing that.
Hello, Route 204.
Anything different has changed with respect to that time period.
Why would the president, if he was notified 17 days ago,
Public School 204, Lafayette High School,
and that he was a potential threat to blackmail by the Russians, why would he be kept on
204
almost 3 weeks?
Well, that assumes a lot of things that are not true. The president was informed of this. He asked the White House counsel to review the situation. The first matter was whether there was a legal issue. We
204.
That whether there was a legal issue, which the White House counsel concluded.
Kelly Emling.
As I stated in my comments, this was an act of trust. Whether or not he actually
Route 105, Los Angeles.
With the issue. And that was ultimately what led to the president asking for and accepting the resignation of General Flynn. That's it, pure and simple. It was a matter of trust. We went through a very deliberative process.
Route 105.
Thorough review. The first part of it was clearly
Route 204, Vermont.
And that was simply concluded. There was no legal aspect. And then what happened is the president evaluated
Kelly Emling.
Major.
Kelly Emling, Los Angeles Public Defender.
About conversations with the Russians about sanctions. He said, I don't know about it. I'll look into that.
How could you not know?
No, what he asked specifically is, was he aware of a Washington Post story? He hadn't seen that at the time. Of course he was involved. I just said, aware of the situation right after the White House counsel informed him back in January.
Good Lord.
His inquiry to the White House counsel was strictly
It's 8:46 a.m. 8:46 a.m. Planned travel, Geico, guided commercial, Airbus Air 320, Google Voice, Google Voice.
So just to be clear,
Google Voice. It's my client, Verizon Wireless.
Informed the White House counsel that they
We have a glitch on the screen. It's my client, Verizon Wireless.
Comments that may have seemed
Verizon Wireless.
with what he had sent
Verizon Wireless. Glitch on the screen.
The White House counsel informed the president immediately.
Inform the president
to conduct a review of whether there was a legal situation there.
Legal situation here.
Immediately determined that there wasn't. That was what the president believed at the time from what he had been told, and he was proved to be correct. The issue, pure and simple, came down to a matter of trust, and the president concluded that he no longer had trust in his national security advisor over
for the incoming national security advisor, not part of an administration, to be discussed.
Hello, Frank Ganter.
Look, I mean, his
Frank
job
Ganter, hello.
is to discuss issues with his counterparts. I mean, Charles
Sharon Londa.
Last night. That's what he's supposed to be doing. I mean,
Frank Ganter, Lafayette High School.
Constantly read out throughout the transition who he was speaking to, how he was getting ready. The president was receiving congratulatory calls from around the world. We would read out the world leader calls. The job of the incoming NSA is to sit down with the counterparts and start that dialogue.
Frank Ganter, Lafayette High School.
That's exactly what he did. So the question wasn't, did he do anything improper or illegal? It's a question of, could he be trusted?
Frank Ganter. Good Lord.
The issue. So,
Frank Ganter, how are you?
no, absolutely not.
Absolutely no upgrades. Absolutely.
I think the president had no problem.
What message are you trying to send here?
What his job
Good Lord.
The 30 other countries that he spoke to. That was part of his job.
What message are you sending with this upgrade?
That's what the National Security Advisor and frankly other positions
Change the
in the
name.
process of preparing their incoming job by talking with counterparts.
We want to change it.
Job, etc. If he had not done that, there would be questions as to whether he's properly prepared on day one. No, the issue is it whether
Mr. Frederick Fresh Jortans.
the issue is whether or not
East High
failed to
School.
properly inform the vice president or not be honest with them or not remember it. But that's the plain and simple issue. And when he lost trust,
What is this upgrade about?
that's when the president asked for and received his resignation.
Yesterday, Kellyanne Conway, counsel to the president, said that the president continued to have trust in General Flynn.
Baldwin Hills, Miss Jacqueline Baldwin. Hello.
Yesterday evening that led the president to lose confidence in General Flynn.
Well, I'm not going to get into the specifics of where the president's thinking was, but I will just say, as I noted in the opening statement, that it was an evolving and eroding process. And so at the end of the day, the president made a decision, as he does on all subjects, and asked for
At Lafayette, loyalty, honor, and service.
But he is one of those people that we've noted before. When he's ready to make a decision,
School number 204.
somebody or
But I'm from 204.
Determined that he's made a decision on any subject. That's
What part of impartial don't you
going into the day,
understand?
it was an evolving situation. He made a determination late in the day, and he executed on it.
The Oracle Uncle.
Loyal person, General Flynn. Was it a difficult decision for the president?
Thank you, Denise Parent, Denise Clark,
Sure. I mean, General Flynn is
Daniel J. Bass,
public service.
Raphael A. Mercado.
He has been an outstanding member of the Army.
Our slogan, where the world comes to learn.
Flag officer. He's served this country admirably. And I think
FBI, Mr. James Comey.
appreciated his service to his nation, his
Ought to
commitment his
learn.
campaign, and
Yeah,
his
we
service
ought
his
to
country.
learn.
At some point, the decision came down on whether or not that trust had eroded.
No violent,
The important matters
please.
is
Mass
the
transit violence.
that are before the president when he's dealing with issues.
She's when he's dealing with
world matters,
issues.
of all of the issues, friends and allies,
Friends and allies.
hotspots.
No
Those
autographs.
rely on a national
No
security advisor to give
autographs.
him sage advice. And I think at a certain point,
There was
that
no
guidance, that trust
shoplifting.
eroded, and the president, as he does on
There
all
was no
matters, ultimately decides
shoplifting.
that when he's ready to make a decision, he executes. Alexis.
It's just an assault. Obsessive fans who want autographs. No autographs at the refrigerator. Please. Today's show is brought to you by Document Fraud. Thank you, General Counsel of Kroger
As I made clear, there's nothing that the general did
and LAPD.
in violation of any sort.
Forgery, counterfeit, alter, or falsely make any document of the purpose of satisfying the requirement of the chapter to obtain a benefit under the chapter
What this came down to is a matter
is
of trust.
fraud.
The president was so
To
glad
use,
he was
attempt to
out there
use, possess,
covering
obtain,
his
accept, or
job,
receive, or provide
back
any
and forth with
forged
his counterparts
document,
throughout the world. Much
altered,
as
or
the president
falsely
had done
made
with all of
document
his
in order to
duties, all the
satisfy the
president
requirement of the
congratulating him,
chapter.
looking to set up calls for him
That
once
police
he
report
was
is
inaugurated.
inside of our
Similarly,
wallet.
General Flynn was beginning that process
Do
with
not
his
try to
counterparts
steal
throughout the world.
evidence
That
of
was
a
never
Verizon
certain.
phone.
Day one that he was briefed from the White House
That's
counsel. The issue,
evidence.
plain and simple, came down to a matter of trust.
Herman, don't
And
steal
once
the
that
phone,
occurred,
please.
it was over. So,
Don't sleep.
sorry,
Oh, narcolepsy.
The president does not believe that any discussion that might have taken place, and we know from intel.
And by Strasberg Academy, method acting, improv, acting for TV, scene study, voice, movement. When you say, I say. Method acting, Strasberg.
No, there was, as I can't say it clearly enough, there was nothing in
We can't say it.
what General Flynn did in terms of
Where's your
conducting
phone?
himself that was an issue. What came down to, plain and simple, was him misleading the vice president.
What
and
happened?
others and not having a firm.
Tina
grasp.
Marie, what happened?
That's
Dabba 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 da. No, absolutely not, Mr. Spicer.
Would like to investigate and probe or ask more questions.
There's no upgrades.
Does the president hope to cooperate?
Shop
in
with
those
us.
investigations? Would he instruct members who
Google,
staff
sprint.com.
here and in the administration to cooperate with those investigations?
we're gonna
Let's shop with the judge.
I think
See if
the
this makes
president
sense.
feels very confident. The review that was conducted by White House
We're
counsel
shopping
was
with the
very thorough.
judge, Spicer.
Very conclusively, as he had first
Judge Spicer,
come
what
to
phone should we get?
the conclusion that there was nothing wrong. So, people are free to do.
Which phone should we
But I
get,
think that they will
Mr.
find exactly
Judge?
what the president first believed and what the White House Council.
This is an upgrade.
I believe a couple publications even reported.
What about the
this is an issue for a
iPhone?
reason, because
Shopping
it's
with
not
the
an issue
Judge
of law, it's
Spicer.
an issue of trust. George.
What phone should we get?
When do you expect to have a replacement in place? And secondly,
Oh, look, the Apple iPhone 7 Plus. 18-month leash, 0 down. $32.09 a month. And you get a $15 a month credit for Shiro customers. Oh, so it's like $17. You get $17 a month with the Zero employee referral. Why are you an employee?
Just like the way
I can explain why I'm an employee of Sprint.
with individuals.
Maybe because you're
when
with
he's
the
ready to
other
make a
one.
decision,
You got
he
it.
feels as though the person is qualified and can.
We're qualified for a trade-in. How much is that trade-in credit worth?
That's with him. I'm just going to go to my first Skype.
You get 125 off.
WKVV
Oh.
Las Vegas. John,
Thank you so much.
125 off.
Here in Southern Nevada for the opportunity to join you today. As you know, Sean, Las Vegas
Absolutely.
has suffered terribly in the last recession.
Build a
Also,
rapport with a
the
Sprint
capital
store.
city in the country. As the
We
administration
might have
moves forward with
narcolepsy.
regulations, possibly rolling back Dodd-Frank.
Which phone should we
What guarantees
get?
can you make to Nevadans that those actions won't lead banks and investment banks
We're shopping
to
with the
re-engage in risky
judge.
financial behaviors that tanked our
Shopping
economy
with
in
the
last
judge.
decade, and left
Totally
taxpayers here on the
admissible.
hook to bail those banks out?
Shopping with the judge.
thanks, John. I think one of the things, if you look at the
Judge
intent of
Spicer,
Dodd-Frank,
which phone should
it
he
was to make
get?
sure that we didn't have institutions that were
Get
too
the
big to fail.
plush.
And frankly, it is actually created
256
institutions that are now
gig.
too big to fail. Dodd-Frank actually did
Absolutely.
exactly the opposite of what it intended to do. And I think when you look at
Get
the regulation,
256.
HJR,
Mr. Sean
one, the president
Spicer,
signed
can you
today,
confirm
is another example of
AES?
the president taking decisive action
AES,
to roll back regulations
encryption,
that, frankly,
algorithm.
burden on our nation's banks and businesses.
Mr.
helping
Spicer,
them. I
can you
think the president's
confirm
gonna be very
algorithm,
clear in
encryption,
making sure that we
security?
do things that build up
Algorithm,
goal
encryption,
of what
security,
Dodd-Frank actually intended to do.
and
But right now, we actually, through Dodd-Frank,
And-
put taxpayers more on the hook than we let them off. We've created
what
more
color would you
institutions,
like?
we've created more guarantees
Give me the
for the federal government
gold,
to
rose
bail
gold.
out some of these institutions if they
No, I want
exceed
the black.
their authority. John Roberts.
He wants jet black. 18-month lease, 200 today, monthly, $32.90 a month.
Evidence that they look at in making this determination. And secondly, Democrats up on the Hill say that they want an investigation of this. They're looking into what did the president know and when did he know it. So can you tell us what evidence?
Well, we might as well get the 32.
And what did the president know about all of this and when was he aware of it?
Well, as I mentioned, the first day that the Department of Justice made White House counsel
Department of Justice.
sought to notify White House counsel was January 26th. The president was immediately informed of the situation.
Absolutely. Yeah.
As I said, based on the information that was provided at the time, his view was that this was not a violation.
We're shopping with
Distinctively correct.
algorithm encryption security
White House counsel
and
at that time undertook an extensive review.
we're shopping
Both
with
of materials and questioning.
algorithm encryption
I'm not getting
security.
into the specifics. What I will tell you is on multiple occasions,
Sean,
they had an
Sean.
extensive questioning
Sean.
of General Flynn on several occasions.
En route
based
say,
on information that was
algorithm
provided to them,
encryption security.
or materials that were provided to them.
We have a glitch on
I'm
the
not going into
screen.
the details of that, but I will just say that there was an exhaustive review. And again, the thing that's important to note,
Algorithm encryption
Vice
security.
President, myself, in fact, I think the first
Myself.
time I brought this issue up was January 13th.
B Siri, give me this one here. 256 jet black.
The White House and the White House counsel
17-month lease, 0 down today, $47.09 a month.
14 days later. So I think it's important to understand
Assurian, 2 days later. Let's
this
see.
idea of why did it take so long.
Mr.
I think
Spicer,
the
are
first
you
question should be, where was the Department of Justice in this? They were
Are you planning a new
they were
Sprint
making statements
phone?
based on what General Flynn was telling us, starting on January
What is 2
13th,
days? It should be
Vice
available
President
in
went out
store
of-
today.
right? They didn't notify the White House counsel's office until January 26th.
What are you
At that time,
suggesting?
There's an immediate, the president was immediately
2 days later.
and then asked the White House counsel to conduct a
Good
very
Lord, is the
thorough
judge
review. The first
approving an
question
Assurian claim?
was focused on whether or not
Already.
there was any legal
2 days
issue.
later,
That's it.
Judge Spicer.
That became the issue. Then there was
The public
issue
needs to know.
phase two, which is whether or not there was
2 days
enough
later is
justice.
only an Assurian
That
claim.
issue- then that became
Overnight
a separate
shipping.
of issues that were-
The post office is going to hold it a day later. 2 days. Yeah, that sounds like 2 days to me. overnight shipping, and a post office delay on purpose. 2 days. Pick it up tomorrow.
I will say,
Good
obviously,
Lord.
that
Let's finish our order.
communication between the Department of Justice
17
and
month
the
lease.
I'm not
He
gonna
paid $17.
share that. I think it would be inappropriate because of the nature of the
Because
information.
Brian Lewis, daddy.
Yeah.
That's correct. We have a tweet from Verizon Wire. Oh, we gotta go, guys. We're gonna get the Jet Black 17 month lease. Qualify. Bill it to me. 2 days, Assyrian. And free shipping. 1-866-227-1411. We'll talk to you guys later from the hotel.
I don't understand
That's right.
how that's due
2 days is
process.
approved.
Because what the Attorney
They're
General
telling
can
them to
come in
do it,
and
Assyrian.
the
They're
acting
telling
Attorney
them.
General